Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. You get fairy dust. I get fairy dust. That little baby gets fairy dust too. And Bagel and Ariel. Okay. So it's time for Ask an Advanced Bitch. Except this is going to be more of a lesson. I wanted to tell you about my class on Saturday, and I kind of wanted to give you a little hint about what's to come and what the class is about, because it's kind of hard to understand, like, what the fuck is transactional analysis? What the fuck is she talking about? So I thought I would just explain a little bit. So we're gonna do the master class on Saturday, this Saturday the 19th. Link is in the bio. Please join me, where I'll briefly go over this again, and we'll dive into questions on how to pay attention to see who's speaking from what mode. Okay, so transactional analysis. It's by Eric Berne, and it's his way of saying how to be conscious of each human interaction. The way I live my life is a bitch has been doing her work for a long time, and so I have a bunch of healthy people in my life. Like, I have people that really like me and adore me and appreciate me, and those are the people that are still around, and the people that don't, namaste, bless and release. Like, it's just not gonna, my level of what I expect in our relationship of being treated kindly and not game playing, etc. So is my threshold is pretty low for that at this point. But anyway, so I live my life because I have created this safe environment for myself. It wasn't always like that, but just to show you what it looks like in the future. I have a great partner, I have great relationships with my kids, with my parent, whatever. And then I go along, do, and then comes the thing. Then comes an ickiness, then comes a hurt feeling, then comes a disappointment, then comes, was that a dick? Was that what's going on here? And so that's when I pull out my tools. And the thing is, it's not that, oh, well, I guess Elizabeth's not healthy enough to somebody gave her a dig, or she gave a dig to someone else. Or I guess Elizabeth isn't healthy enough that she would have somebody that hurt her feelings or, stop contacting her or whatever. No, that's human relationships. They evolve, they change. And when we're living our life on the ladder of trust, as we grow in trust and intimacy with each other, P.S. there's a class on that, and then there's a class on, there's a free teaching on YouTube for the ladder of trust. So you just look on YouTube and look for the ladder of trust on my YouTube channel. And so, and there's just a series for you. And so, it's gonna happen because a human, and so when we get to that place of like, oh, that was a dig, or oh, that person like hasn't called me in a week, or what's going on, or like something's weird, or there's an elephant in the room, that's when I pull out my tools. It's like, oh, what's going on with me? Where am I? Which mode am I in? Parent mode or child mode or adult mode? What's going on? And then we heal that, we fix it. I see my part, I see that other person's part. I either figure it out with them, or have to set a new boundary, or I have an understanding, oh, they were having a hard time. I'm gonna let that pass because clearly they're back. They lost their minds for a minute, and this person is like 99%, that 1%, and it's fine. One of the secrets about the ladder of trust is that healthy people can climb up one rung of the ladder and face disappointment. And so if my husband is like 99%, like, oh, we just keep kiki and happy and wonderful, and then I expect something and then he hurts my feelings. Like, that's fine. Like, we can handle that. And I do it to him too, because we're human. We're going to have these things. So I always want to I have 3 things always at the ready, kind of like my wand is at the ready. So this tool is at the ready. And this one that I'm going to start talking about is transactional analysis and parent, adult, child. Now, transactional analysis, like, it's a huge topic and it has a lot of information, a lot of it extremely useful. But I have learned to use just this piece of transactional analysis, parent, adult, child mode, as a way to just help me get quick and clear in the moment. And so it's a great thing to learn, it's a great thing to study, but can you use it? And that's all I'm interested in. I need to use my tools. My tools aren't gonna, like, people have pretty tools but they never get used. Like, what's the point of them? And so, and just knowledge, the intelligence is used in service of the neurosis. So the knowledge is just going to keep folding into the drama, into the toxicity. The knowledge will be used in service, and I'll teach you a real quick thing how that works with this. Okay, so the thing to know about the parent, adult, child transactions, I just call them modes, I like that word, is to know that, oh, look, I got my freeze mode charm. I got it on freeze mode. Okay, so this is how it looks. So this is how, and if you do a Google image search on transactional analysis, you'll see like little charts like this. Again, they get more complicated. I like to keep it simple because the more complicated it gets, the more I'm not going to use it. Okay. So it's important to know that we speak to each other, every single one of us speak to each other from parent mode, adult mode, and child mode. And just as you learn this, I just want you to think about kids. So don't think about kids, like, forget that, because we're parents to kids. And so we still get to use this with them, but that's kind of more an advanced version. It's more helpful just to think of speaking to another adult about this. And so we do this all the time. We all live from all 3. And the goal is to mostly live here and to dip in and out of these consciously. If we're going to be in parent mode, we want to do it consciously. If we're going to be in child mode, we want to do it consciously. So a fawn, most of the time, a fawn is going to be in parent mode. I know that person should do this. This person should get sober. This person should da-da-da. So that is me thinking that another adult should do something, and that puts them in the child mode. I'm their parent, they're the child. When in fact, it's up to the other person. Like, we all get to choose whether we get sober or not, And so it's like, I might say, I wish that another person can get sober. Or I could say, hey, I just want to let you know, you're drinking. When you drink, I feel nervous and weird about it. And it seems like we don't get to communicate when you're drinking. So it just would help me if, you could not drink when we're having this conversation or something like that. Like, that's a boundary. And then what will happen usually with an active alcoholic or someone who's real touchy and defensive, how dare you? You're always bothering me about my alcohol. So a parent shames a child. A parent shames a child, or a parent, is a bossy of the child. Okay. So one of my favorite things about teaching this is that, and I love it. Like, when I work with my clients, like, the brain wants to, like, oh, this is great information. Let me teach my person at home that I'm having a problem with, that they're in child mode. Okay, the minute you try to teach transactional analysis to another person, you are still in parent mode. So that's what makes it so good. It's like, if you try to say, you really need to learn about this, you're in child mode a lot, or you're in parent mode, and I learned this in therapy, that is putting someone in child mode, because you're the teacher. Teachers are here. Therapists are here. Like, it's just like, and when I say therapist, I mean a lay person being a therapist. You need to know this information. I'm going to teach you this information. I'm being a therapist, not being a therapist right now, but I'm being an educator, but I'm saying, hey, you might want to have this information. I don't know if it's for you or not. You get to decide. But I don't think everybody needs to use this. Oh, you need this. You have to have this. That would be so condescending, and I wouldn't want to do that. I want to empower people, and I'm just saying, hey, like, this shit has helped me. You know, whoever is listening, maybe it will help you too. And then you get to decide. You could say, that's stupid, or you can say, but it's too hard. Or you can say, that's not for me. So did you see that? So I wanted to give you some examples of, and you'll get this handout in the class, but here are some parent mode statements. So trying to figure out the dynamics of how the other person's talking to me. Is an adult talking to me, or is it a child or a parent? And I truly, in my heart of hearts and my psyche of psyche, I mean, we can put fawn here, but I think these are kind of separate, and I think these are trauma responses. I do. I think this is a parent mode trauma response, and this is a child mode trauma response. And we fall into these unconscious patterns because this is the kind of pattern that we were raised in. Okay, so you need my help. You can't get by without me. You need my help. You don't know how to handle your life. You're not mature. Sometimes, you know, we think, oh, but they need our help. Well, that's still kind of condescending, and that kind of infantilizes another person. Instead of saying like, you know, like, well, it depends on what the situation is. But so parent mode is, I'm in your business. A word that you know it's a parent, flat out, definite, you don't have to wonder, is the word should. You should. Should is a parent mode. So you should do this. Now, adult is like, you should use transactional analysis to help your relationships and to heal your trauma. That's condescending. That's me saying like, you don't know what's best for you. Elizabeth does. That's ugh. But what I'm saying is, so that's should. You should learn this. An adult mode says you could. You could learn this. You don't have to. You could. But do you see how that's different? Should is a shame word. Should means I'm shaming you. You should do this. And because it's implied, if you don't, you're bad. Now, adults, we deal in facts, we deal what's rational and reasonable, we let other adults, we live and let live, we respect other adults and trust that they're on their own life path. I don't think I know what's best for anybody. That's me. That's an adult mode statement. I'm not the boss of you. Like, that is here. I don't think I'm in charge of you. I love you exactly how you are. That's adult mode. Child mode kind of statements are, I'm helpless even though I'm an adult. I don't know what to do. I need your advice. People who constantly like need your advice, those are mostly people stuck in the child mode trauma response is what I think it is. I need you to rescue me. You're the only one that gets it. Woe is me. You know best. I can't change my life. Like stuff like that. Those are child modes. So that's just a quick introduction to it, and I probably will be talking more about it this week just to get us primed and ready, so in the class we can truly just jump right in and get to tracking. But the assignment that I've given in my classes is start watching TV and see who's talking. Like, Twitter's mostly like, you should, right? Twitter's mostly like, that person should do that, or this person should do that, that person shouldn't do that, or that. And so that's mostly parent mode. So it's like, oh, isn't that interesting? And so just get real curious and just be wondering, like, are they speaking to me from parent mode, or are they speaking to me from child mode? And yeah, so if you're interested in taking the class, I can't wait. It's so fun, and it changes your life. Like, this is what it means to like walk through the looking glass or fall down the rabbit hole. Like, it's a whole new world when you understand dynamics, and you know I love it so much, so I hope you join me in my class, and I hope this was helpful. Love you.